Well, hey there folks, and welcome back once again to the Hop House. It is the Hop House. We like good house music, we like hoppy beer. That's what we do. Right, we're going to do another beer review, folks, but as I always usually do say at the beginning of most videos, if you have just come across us here on YouTube, do us a favour, like, share and subscribe to this channel and help us grow. We need to get to far more subscribers so I can go ahead and do some live videos, live streams. So please help us out. Okay, so we're doing some beer reviews today on, I got a beer bullet, which was a cardboard tube delivered from Hawskhead Brewery up in the Lake District, and it contained 3 of their core beer range in teeny cute little 330ml cans. So we did the Mosaic Pale Ale at 4%. It was lovely. It was divine. I have had it before in a bottle form and also keg. And now we're going to move on to beer number 2. Now I have had this before in a can. It is Hawskhead Brewery Session Hazy Easy Drinking IPA, Session Strength IPA at 4.5%. Again, it's sort of almost blurred text there on the words Session and Hazy, and the Hawskhead Brewery logo on the top of the can. As I said in the previous video, Hawkshead have been taken over by a bigger company called Halewood within the last year or so, maybe a little longer than that. And Halewood are a company that deal more with spirits and wines and things like that. So they're sort of delving into beer. So I wanted to check out, I really liked Hawkshead stuff before, so I thought, you know what, I got a good price on this little beer bullet. Go check them out at hawksheadbrewery.co.uk because they are doing some sales on certain beers and things. But I wanted to see if the beer had changed. I wanted to see if the quality had gone down, if it was still as good as it used to be, because I've heard rumours that it's gone down and not as good as it used to be. So we're going to try it out. Right then, so this is the Session Hazy. So clues in the name really, hazy. So we expect it to be probably New Englandish style, so really hazy and cloudy and not see-through at all. So here we go, into the glass, she pours. Ooh, it's very lively, crikey. That is lively. It was foaming a bit on opening of the can. I'm going to have to let that settle for a bit, Anna. Look at that. What's going on there? Well, I'll put the bit of the beer that's in the that's not all head up to the camera so you can see. It is hazy. Hazy looks like fruit juice, sort of pineapple-y, fruit juicy colour. Or if you're not very well, looks like a sample you give to the doctor. No, it's more fruit juicy, that's the style of it. The head's coming down a bit. I will have to pour some more before actually trying to sample it. Wow, that was really lively. I think some of these cloudy beers can be like that though, because they are like juice bombs really. Yeah, now I've poured a bit more, you can see how cloudy that is. That is not see-through at all. There's got to be unfiltered. There probably is going to be some sediment in there as well, some live yeast, but that'll probably be at the bottom of the can, so it probably won't go in till later on. Bear with me a second, I'm going to try and sup off a little bit of this head. That didn't work at all. Well, anyway, there's not much more I can say or do. Every time I pour it, it just goes back. And that's what it looks like. So in terms of what the actual beer is, when I swirl it around a bit, you can see it is sort of hazy. It has got some good lacing on it, but it's just got a massive head. So hopefully that will calm down in the next few minutes while I talk to you. I'm going to try and get my nose in there, see if I can get any of the smell. Could stick a flake in that, couldn't you? We're in February 2021 though, it's not really the time of the year for the ice cream van. A little bit too cold out there for that. I'm giving it a whiff, see what I can sniff, see if I can pick anything up. I can still pick up the smell, even though it's huge on the head, and it's very tropical, very citrusy, very pineapple-y, mango-y, but quite sweet smelling. So it's like, yeah, sort of, I'd say more pineapple-y than mango-y, but the sweet smell smells like, I can only say this because I've done it. So an old roommate of mine, I worked on the cruise ships, old roommate of mine was from St. Lucia. We got off the ship in St. Lucia. We actually went to go see where his grandma lives, out in the countryside, and we picked fresh mangoes from the tree, and then we ate them sort of there and then. So the sweet smell of the mango when it's first picked. So although this actually smells more pineapple-y than mango, the sweetness I can relate to picking that mango from the tree. So this is probably what fresh pineapple smells like. Although pineapple to me doesn't taste that sweet, so mango makes more sense. I'm going to try and re-pour it now. Stand by. Stand by. Do a little bit of a tilt and hopefully. I've got a little bit more beer in the glass now, but the head is still half the size of the glass. So I'm gonna, now I've got some on my nose. Excuse me, just trying to get rid of the head a bit. Ooh, the froth is really bitter. Wow. I hope the beer itself doesn't taste that bitter. I'd expect some bitterness, because probably the amount of hops that's in it, but it smells really sweet. Pineapple-y sweet, mango sweet. But the froth is really bitter. Right. Okay, I've got it all in there now. So there probably is now going to be some live yeast and sediment in the bottom of that can. Can't really say I can see it, but then again it's a really cloudy beer, so I can't really see what is going on there. Right, so now I'm going to go ahead and give it a proper whiff, see what I can sniff. Still definitely mango-y, pineapple-y, although because I tasted the head and it was really, really bitter sour. It smells a bit more grapefruity now as well, which is a bit more sort of tangy, a bit tart. Oh, you're tart. Tell you what though, it does what it says on the tin. It is a hazy beer. It certainly is. It looks the part, smells the part. Right, I'm going to get a proper mouthful now, not just head. So bottoms up and down the old hatchet. Yeah, it's a lot more juicy in the beer. A lot more juicy in the beer. I thought it would be. Funnily enough, the aftertaste is like the initial taste I had from the head. So the aftertaste is really raw. It's really bitter and it's staying at the back of my tongue, back of my mouth. So it is really, really, really bitter and hoppy on the aftertaste. But when it hits you, when it hits your mouth, it's like there's a lot of sort of fruit explosion going on. Definitely, now the taste is coming through more grapefruity, probably from the head, but you do get pineapple, bit of, definitely pineapple, maybe a bit of mango as well, and it runs down the side of the tongue. It also goes through the middle with the sweetness, so it is sort of well balanced, the fruit bomb balance, which you'd expect from a hazy beer, so you sort of New England style pale ales and IPAs. Without a doubt, it's unfiltered. It's unfined, you can see. In terms of how the head goes up the side of the glass, now it's sort of got to normal size. The lacing on it's really good. Swirl it around a bit. Ooh, look at it go. Yeah, that's a really, really nice hazy session IPA. Now, one thing I will say is I did have this beer before when I got some beers from the Hawskhead Brewery. I remember it being sweeter than it is. Now don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it, and it is quite fruity, but it is tart, and that, whether that's the initial bitter taste I got just from the head alone, and it sort of lingered in my mouth and affected the rest of the taste of the beer, I'm not sure, but I do remember it being slightly sweeter last time. But you know what, it was months and months, probably a couple of years ago, so I've slept since then. So, oh, definitely more tangy now I've swilled it. Let's see what the can says then. To be honest, the Mosaic Pale Ale didn't say much at all on the can. This says a beautiful hazy session pale, which brings waves of pineapple and tropical fruits from the abundance of American hops with a sumptuous light mouthfeel. Yeah, does what it says on the tin. Hawskhead Session Hazy Beer from the Lakes. Hawksheadbrewery.co.uk. Again, Mill Yard, Staveley, Cumbria, up in the Lake District. That's actually quite a good one to move on from after the Mosaic, which was a 4%. This has got slightly more flavour, I'll say that, because, and it's certainly fruitier. But that, because I drank that head first and it was so tart and bitter, sort of all I can taste at the back of my mouth now, so I hope that, I don't know if that's ruined the overall taste of the beer. It's good, I give it a thumbs up. I like the Mosaic better though. Mosaic hop is my favourite hop. I'm going to have a soft spot for it, aren't I? But yeah, it's still good, still decent. Good part of the core range. Hawskhead, go check them out. I've got one more beer left of theirs to do, and it's their IPA, so it's a bit stronger. I think it's a West Coast IPA, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, in the meantime, like, share, subscribe, and ciao for now, people. See you on the next one.